Osu is a game that has always been played on PC. There has never really been an official platform to play Osu on anything else. There is Osu Droid, which is a clone of Osu, specifically made for playing on a phone. It has bigger circle size to accompany the size of a phone screen, but it's not an official client. In recent years, the new version of Osu, Osu Laser, has been in development, and alongside it, a version for the phone was also created. You can now play on this version and submit scores just like normal. Now, the version of Osu currently on phone is pretty unstable and it's not actually officially released yet, though from what I heard that's not going to be the case for too much longer. All of this had me thinking, however, how competitively viable is playing Osu on a phone actually? So today I'm going to be trying out the mobile version, and I have two main goals. I want to reach 2000 PP, which will put me in the top 500,000, and I want to get a 200 PP play. Now, these values might sound a bit low considering I have almost 17,000 PP and 900 PP play on a PC, but all scores submitted on mobile are nerfed automatically due to having the touchscreen mod applied. Also, playing on a phone is just not easy, because half your screen is blocked by your hand, making it nearly impossible to see some of the notes. And unlike Osu Droid, the circles aren't any bigger to help you out. Anyways, let's just get into it. I started off by just trying a few random maps just to get a feel for it. One thing I noticed immediately was just how much this was straining my neck, since I had my phone directly below me. Also, I would sometimes just get these lag spikes mid-map. Now, this is mostly due to just my phone being terrible, and to be fair, this is so much more playable than it used to be in the past. The optimization for this has really come a long way. But it was also clear that between the lag spikes and not being able to clearly see some of the circles, long maps were just out of the question. I need to stick to very short maps, because at least then on the patterns I couldn't see very well, I could just remember where the circles roughly were. Now, something that might surprise you is the playstyle I chose to use. I opted to drag my finger across the phone instead of tapping, since that's more similar to what I'm used to, and can allow me to play stream maps a lot easier. You might also be wondering, how do you stream on a phone, since you don't have a keyboard? If you tap on the very left of your screen, it acts as a keyboard input, so you can stream like that, which is exactly what I did, and I managed to get a 148 PP score on Nemoto. Ooh, 148. That's my new top play on mobile. Well, this wasn't a 200 score, this was still a pretty good start, and the map is worth 200 for an FC. I then tried out a few other aim maps, getting a few low 100 PP plays, and then just hopping off after about an hour because my neck was just getting really sore. I managed to get up to 800 PP in total. The next day, I hopped back on and found this map that seemed very doable for 200. The egg isn't good enough. Fuck. Yeah, that was my new top play, and I believe it's possible to FC for a 200, but I moved on and played some other sidetrack day maps next, getting some 80, 90, and a 100 PP score. And also just doing a few more aim maps. I managed to get up to around 1400 PP before I hopped off. I didn't really play for too long the next day, but did set a few more 100 scores and got up to 1700 PP. Getting pretty close to the goal of 2000 PP now, but I still do want to get a 200 PP score. So the next day, that's what I focused on. I went back to Cento de Pinch, and I figured I'd get it in no more than 10 minutes. Yeah, let's just see how that went. No way. Bro. How many times? So, as you can tell by this point, I was getting pretty tilted because of how many times I choked it. Now, the reason why I kept missing on this exact same pattern is because my hand was completely blocking the stream, and it was pretty much just a complete blind transition into it. But after about 40 minutes of attempts, this happened. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe how long that took, but finally, with 200 PP finally achieved, the final thing to do is to lock in and get this over with. I took a short break because of my neck, and afterwards I started playing and submitting score after score on the shortest aim slot maps possible. And after around an hour, I got it. Funnily enough, I didn't even realize until I made it to 2076 PP, but that puts me at rank 490,000, which isn't too bad. This is what my final top plays look like. So, to answer the original question, is mobile a viable way to play the game? Well, yes and no. If you have a pretty good phone and maybe a stylus, I believe you could maybe get to like high 5-digit, but the biggest thing that makes it so hard is the touchscreen nerf. Even if you aren't playing the game abusing touchscreen and just dragging like you would on a tablet, you're still getting nerfed by quite a lot. Those are just the fact that your hands block so much of the screen. If you had a bigger screen, like you maybe had a flip phone or something, it would be better. But for me, it was pretty much impossible to go 10 seconds without a circle that I literally just couldn't see at all. Either way, this was really fun to do, and I recommend everyone to try it out. And if you're watching this in the future, the iOS version might be available on the App Store. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and see you later.